Thing on? Yep, that's good. Hi there. G'day, fellow creature of the unit. Bruzo Dragonius is the online ambassador of Black Marsh, Bruzo Dragonius. I just wanted to let you know that that this video is not going to be edited or something like that because I really don't have the time. As you already know, this is just my some things I just need to get across and all that kind of stuff before I leave for Aurawra tomorrow. Just for the record, this video will not be edited or whatever because I don't really have much time to and all that kind of stuff. Even though that I didn't really focus on doing some content because what I have done is as is that I was too busy just running a set for this set day and all that kind of stuff while I'm at Aurawra and all that kind of stuff. I didn't have any time to come up with some content for you all and all that kind of stuff because I was too busy, just organising things. And I know that recently, but as I was waking up to yesterday morning and all that kind of stuff, I just wanted to bring out the fact that that as you already know, I'm outside of the furry fandom. I'm also a huge metalhead and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I have my Apple Music and all that kind of stuff is, it's got like a lot of metal and all that kind of stuff. Including, the late great Ozzy Ozborne and all that kind of stuff. And the point being is that the reason why I am making this video is that, you don't have to be a fan of Ozzy Ozborne to have admiration for him. You just have to be a metalhead and all that kind of stuff, and that's what I basically am. Ozzy is not the Prince of Darkness for just no reason at all. And all that. You see, if you really are a fan of metal and all that kind of stuff, whether it be new metal or even if you're a fan of Slipknot, Metallica, whatever, right? Whatever. You would have known that that Ozzy Ozborne, even though that he is one of the frontmen of Black Sabbath, other than Ronnie James Dio, is the godfather of heavy metal. He's a pioneer. He's a rock god. He's a metal god. He literally just. He just ended up living a good life, and that he left a really, really huge legacy and all that kind of stuff. There's so many great rock bands, many metal bands out there in the whole entire world. I realized that if you know a lot about metal history and all that kind of stuff, like where heavy metal came from. You know, even though that it just came from like all rock music and all that kind of stuff. You know that all modern heavy metal and all that kind of stuff wouldn't be around if it weren't for Ozzy Osbourne. He's a pioneer of the genre, to be honest. Um, you know, there's some of the greats that I also am a fan of. Slipknot. You know, there's there's a lot of people in the industry and also within the metal community that have admitted that if it weren't for Ozzy Osbourne, they wouldn't exist. Which, yes, it is an overstatement and all that kind of stuff, but they wouldn't exist as we all know them now, as if it weren't for him. I mean, and especially with people like Lemmy, Dio, you know, if you, even Metallica, right? Those bands wouldn't exist if it weren't for him. He's the inspiration for it. He's the one that, you know, that brings, that paved the way for it. And that's the inspiration of so many musical artists and all that kind of stuff. I mean, even with Corey Taylor, just even tweeted that, and trust me, Corey is the most brutally honest person, you know, the most brutally honest person. He tweeted that he admitted that he wouldn't even exist if it weren't for Ozzy, you know. Slipknot wouldn't exist if it weren't for Ozzy. Even bands like Disturbed wouldn't exist if it weren't for Ozzy. And that is the reason why you would see Damien Germain be at his final concert, you know, in Villa Park, you know, when he just ended up having his last hurrah and all that kind of stuff. Because to be honest with you, there's a lot of things. I mean, his condition as is deteriorating, you know. And in his last concert and all that kind of stuff, he was confined to a chair, but he ended up rocking on anyway, you know. There's so many of his songs that is very relatable to today, like War Pigs, for instance, of what's going on in Israel and in Gaza at the moment. I mean, I can relate War Pigs describing what's going on in Gaza, you know, and all of West Bank and all that kind of stuff. You know, even though that I know for sure that it's a complete genocide out there. Not to mention that there's this one song, one of his most newest songs that he even that's him all over. Don't want to stop. That song is him to the very core. That he doesn't let any thing of his condition stop him. he wants to perform to his very death. That's what this concert in Villa Park is about. You know, what he's doing. Because I know that he knows for a fact that he's not a real man. He's a very sick man. With all the Parkinson and all that kind of stuff. And I know for sure that I'm just getting a bit teary and all that kind of stuff, to be honest, because I know for sure that I never got to see him. But his music is just amazing. Like, honestly. Even as a true heavy metal fan like myself, it literally hits me personally. Because I'm a furry. Because the thing that being a furry and being one of a kind, that the majority of the furry fandom are more into EDM, but especially as a heterosexual cis male furry, I'm also into heavy metal music, despite not having to be into any metal concert that I have been to. I mean, that's part of the reason for I'm going out of character and all that kind of stuff. But that's part of the reason. That's what behind this facial tattoos with the corpse paint, and especially here, because I'm of the metal fandom as well. The point is that I just wanted to make this video as a bit of a reflection. Even though that he's up there with the absolute greats like Kurt Cobain, Ronnie James Dio, Lemmy Kilmister. If you don't know who he is, he's the lead singer of Motorhead. David Bowie, Freddie Mercury, to name a few. And I know for sure that he's a very funny person as well. Even like on his shows and all that kind of stuff, he makes us laugh and all that kind of stuff with the shenanigans. But alas, his legacy will live on, not just through his music, but through all of us in the metal community, in the metal fandom. And I just wanted to say that Sharon, Jack, Kelly, and the rest of the Osborne family, and with his friends and all that kind of stuff, I erect this fund of condolences to all of you for your loss. Don't worry, it hurts me personally as well, because I never got to see the guy. But I'm very sorry for your loss, and especially to others whose lives are affected because of this as well. Anyway, I'm just going to sign up because I've got some other things to do for Aurawra as well. So anyway, this is just a bit of a me ranting on and that, and if you do like this video, just you can like, you can subscribe to this video. I know this is not about me. You can follow me on social media, and all that. It's on the description down below and all that. If you wanted to follow me even further. So I just wanted to just comment down your thoughts as well. You know, you're more than welcome to. You're more than to share it with your friends and that. And yeah, so I hope that you have a really good day and all that kind of stuff. I hope that each and every one of you would cope well like I am. I mean, I'm going tomorrow for Aurawra. And until next time, Ozzy Ozborne, you're at peace. You are free. May you rest in peace. And until next time, I'll see, and to the rest, if you're going to Aurawra, I will see you there. I'm looking forward to it. And to the rest of you, there will be more content as well. So as always, may He guide you all. Bye for now. And thank you.